So we're leaving Hotel Glow in Espoo, and we're heading to the next place this morning. Stay tuned.
He was with Cherry Chef. He was answering something.
Yeah, he wrote on where I posted this morning about the tour last night.
Yeah?
He wrote, it should say some original musicians. He was saying that because what I did was took a picture of what it said in the book that they put out for this show right here, and he just said that it should say some original musicians. And Arjan was saying that he told him that if you could have one member of the Imperials or two members of the TCB band and still call it the Imperials and the TCB band, he ought to be okay with saying original members. I didn't, when I saw it, I went, I didn't know how to, I wasn't going to answer it. So we're heading back towards Helsinki?
Back to the weekend and further.
Oh, okay. So we're on the other side of Huvik. Second floor. Sure, that's up to you. So we're going to play here tonight? Mm-hmm. Did they know? Wow, this is incredible. Well, they got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Between now and tonight. Wow, look at this place.
Okei. Lähti meidän edellä, ne on tuossa parkissa.
Mutta sekin on ihan hyviä paikkoja. Niin joo.
Niillä, jotka tykkää siitä setinsoitosta, mutta aika paljon. There's a lot of people in here. Yeah.
Joo, ja sitten täällä on taas. Okei, tällainen. So much so good. And this is, I will introduce you to the new members. This is Jim Murray. Jim. And these are the vocal members. Augustin, Polar, Eddie, So,
Hello.
Bob,
Dion,
no
nice to meet
last
you.
year.
Yeah, yes, I remember.
So, how's everything?
Everything should be alright.
Good.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
So over there, if you'd like to eat, hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, nice to see you.
Nice to
So
have you
we're
here.
just eating here in the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to have some lunch,
Yeah.
so there's a warm food until 7 o'clock.
Friends, in the States, when they say that you're in the hizzy, I don't think this is what they mean. Oh, did it? Oh, really? That came from a hotel? Wow.
No, from this.
Oh, he's taking it. Oh, okay. This is a really nice place. I was wondering what that was. Hey, let me get your picture. All right, I got you. So they have the outside temperature is 9 degrees Celsius, which is 41, I believe, 32 plus 9.
Rest of the day, no more talking. Should I carry?
Oh, sure. That'd be great, man. Thank you. You rock. Naturally, we stop in front of this door. So, what is this? This means a dude's gonna dig on through a mountain. There's a giant here. It's gonna dig mountains.
Celeste.
Yeah.
Wow. So it looks good.
Yeah, what's the name of this?
What?
What's the name of
Celeste.
Celeste.
Maybe
Celeste.
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 Solo que había en el escenario antes, tío.
Thank you. It looks like up there, friends. It's just beautiful. They have symphonies here. Yesterday, last night, tomorrow. There's guys up there adjusting those lights. He's taking his iPad and adjusting
Hey.
and hooking it close to
Better,
the
hey.
pedal.
Here,
So
hey.
So it transfers from there to the pedal?
Yeah, that's
Checking 1, 2, 3. Checking 1, 2. 1. Check 1, 1. 1. 2. Check 2. Yeah.
You got to hook to Wi-Fi or?
I don't hold it to the pedal, I hold it to the pick.
Oh, you hold it to the guitar. Wow, that is crazy. Who knew? That's crazy stuff, man.
For my same volume on the monitors, and then we'll do here.
For the full band sound check, let's do Devil in the Stats so they got their vocals. Sure.
Did it take? Yeah. It worked? Yeah. That's crazy stuff, man.
These are great during the live shows.
Yeah, they just go, don't they? It's crazy.
You probably have them in the US as well.
Oh yes, and they've gotten relatively cheap, about $300 a piece.
They're okay.
Yeah. Now those are probably higher dollar than that, but you can buy them for.
$300 a piece.
Is that it? Okay.
No, not.
So friends, this thread, this is a camera adapter that I brought with me, so I couldn't haul a stand around, so I use this, which is USA. The smaller one is Europe. So they have an adapter, and the guy told me that they call it the soul because without the soul you are nothing.
When no one else can understand, when everything I do is wrong, you give me hope and consolation. This is how I find it all so easy to think that I do all that and may say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did my way. For one is a man, one is a God. If not himself, then he is mine. To say a word, he is who it is, and not the words who are fears. Let me show I to the Lord and live.
So this is the last concert. We just finished. We're back to the hotel for Finland. We fly out at 7 in the morning, right?
7 o'clock,
Yeah. And these guys have been very, very helpful. Spoiling me a little bit, but you know, a lot of bass players smell that way.
Sorry?
It's a joke. Spoiling is like milk when it's spoiled, it doesn't smell good. So, but I appreciate you offering me that. But man, I'm scared to death about the wait already on the airplane. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Great to see you. Yes, sir. All right.
All right.
So I'll see you in the morning, right? And I won't see you till the next time I'm in Finland, right?
Yes.
But you'll stay in touch.
Okay.
Great to see you.
See you.
All right,
See
great
you.
to see you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
Yes,
Yes,
bye.
sir. Thank you. I'm gonna try to get Jim to let me use his luggage weigher, and I'm gonna move my stuff around a little bit.
Yeah, well, you will be happy with it because tomorrow we're flying with Norwegian,
Yeah.
and they are nasty.
Yeah.
I think I'm projecting that it's going to cost some of you guys, you know, a couple of $100 if you don't watch out.
That's crazy. I mean, the stuff that I'm flying's not worth a couple $100.
No, no,
You know.
no.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
But this is how these airlines.
So something interesting out here. If you look at the top of that building out there, it has that on the top of it. It's like it may be a restaurant or something. So one more thing in Finland. We talked about the 2 buttons for the toilets. This one has this. That's how it flushes. And there's another one of those tiny trash cans. So it is 3 a.m. or almost 3 a.m. in Tampere. We played right over there. You see the lights at the top. Everybody's in. Damien's ready to go. He was up early. Carl's ready. Everybody's ready. Jim's ready. He loves it this early in the morning.
It's good to see all of y'all.
They said it was impossible, but look at this. They said breakfast could not be arranged.
It's impossible. You knew that was coming.
It's always possible.
It's always
Do
possible.
everything for
Thank you.
Kiitos. Kiitos.
Kiitos paljon.
Kiitos paljon.
Kiitos paljon.
Kiitos.
All right, so Juan, your girlfriend lives here in Finland, in Helsinki.
She's from here, yeah.
And she explained to you about the kid and the bike.
Yeah.
It's like a parent and a
Yeah.
child and a bicycle on a sign.
They have 2 different ones. If there is the father and the kid and the bike all together,
Yes.
the same one, that means that on that way, on that road, both people, pedestrians,
Walking and bicycle.
they can all go together on the same way. If there is like a line in the middle, there is like the father and the kid, a line.
Yes.
And then the bicycle, it means that there is one way for the people, for the walking, and one way for the bikes.
So it's a separate thing.
Yeah.
And I don't see many of those. I see a whole lot of the others, but I have seen both. All right, that explains it. I thought it was something weird. I didn't know.
Yeah,
You know, it's
I was asking her, like, what does it mean that the father has to be taking care of the kids because of the bikes or something? No. It means just that they can go together on the same.
That is funny. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Hopefully it was not too chilly last
Boy, I rearranged stuff and moved mess around in my luggage and everything.
If I get this under 40 pounds.
Yeah. Now Jim's got a scale.
Yeah, you need a scale?
Yeah, you mind?
It's in the car.
What size do you wear?
Extra large.
Yeah, I may have some extra large in there. You never know.
La denunciante se siente impresionada y sin capacidad de reacción. En ese momento notó como los acusados comenzaron a quitar la ropa, desde lo que experimentó se sintió tan sucio.
These guys are getting after it. So why did they have to get in line? What happened?
They didn't get their bags printed.
Oh, God bless you. No, it's not that they printed them and gave them to other people, is it?
I don't know.
Oh, Lord, I hope not.
Planeándolo y vídeos de los chavales.
So friends, we are on the exit side of the airport here in Denmark. You can see the Denmark flag flying way out there. Don't you see that crazy sculpture, whatever that is? You can see Denmark on the license tags of these vehicles. And they say something's rotten in Denmark in a hamlet. And I can tell you what it is. It's all these smokers. That's what's rotten in Denmark right there. And we're all standing here congregated. There's Augie, Juan, Eddie, Bob, and Jim, I think, are waiting inside because it's a little chilly out here. There's Bob and Jim right there. And we're just hanging on, and there's Jim Bob right here. We're waiting on Arjun. And what is this?
What? I think it looks, I don't know, but it looks like something, it looks like a holder or something.
It's a timer of some sort. Like a parking thing like they had.
Oh, that thing?
Yeah.
That's a timer, yeah.
So if you're parking, you set that.
Yeah. I have an automatic in my car.
What, where it automatically sets the timer? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
For parking?
Yeah.
Huh.
But this is an old-fashioned one.
Yeah. I saw some old-fashioned
And
ones.
it's because many places in Denmark parking is free. So, but there's a limit where they say, well, max 2 hours or something like that.
I heard there was something rotten here.
Hamlet, and that's true. That castle is actually on the other part of Copenhagen. It's there. It's quite a story. It's a tragic story, but well, I don't know. I've lived here for 20 years, and there's certainly things that are rotten in Denmark. no doubt about it. But there's also a lot of nice stuff here. So, or else I wouldn't have stayed. So this is a pretty nice country. It's not the most sensational country, not the most exciting, but it serves a purpose.
It's basically 2 islands, isn't it?
It's one island that is not really an island, but that's connected to Denmark.
Yeah.
Then there's the island of Fyn, which has Odense, which is where Hans Christian Andersen comes from.
Huh.
And then there's this island, which is called Sjælland, which is Sealand. and that's the most important because Copenhagen is there, the capital city.
But it's Copenhagen, not Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
So
the Danes say, okay, this is going to be a mouthful, but the Danes say København.
Wow.
Look at the lettering on some of the signs you see. You will see some of the.
Oh, I see it right there. Copenhagen.
Yeah, København.
So that's their spelling for Copenhagen.
Northwest.
Wow.
København. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's nice to.
There's that same dude digging the mountain with the shovel.
He's there. Yep.
And what does that mean? People working?
It means traffic. Work on the traffic. And there's another sign that you have to look out for because it says fart control. And it means, that you're not speeding too fast. But of course, in English it means something else. So
and it says fart control.
I remember that we used to do these tours with Doug Bartwell, the bass player, and he was quite adept at farting. So he had a lot of fun with that sign, fart control. I have several photos of him in front of that sign.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a funny guy. It's just a part of Copenhagen.
It's saying it's windy here.
It's quite windy.
Because it's got that sock up there.
Yeah. It's so that you can see how windy it is.
We got windmills out there.
Yep.
Wow, look at those windmills over there.
Yep.
And what is that, a power plant?
Yeah, that's what it is. Energy. Denmark is one of the forerunners in natural energy. So windmills and so on, and solar panels. And now we're getting to the point where it's making money. So it has been a good investment for Denmark. It's making money. Plus you're doing something for the environment.
So what word, any of that mean beach?
Brøndby Vester, it's its name, and Wallisbeek.
Brøndby Vester is beach.
No, it's not a beach. Yeah, it's Brøndby Strand. That's a beach. Strand is beach.
Strand. Like strand.
Strand. Yeah,
okay.
Like strand. Yeah.
Okay. So Dutch is very, well, this wouldn't be Dutch. This would be
Danish.
Danish. It's very German sounding.
Well, don't tell a Dane because
they don't like that.
No. Danish is more close to the Nordic languages like Swedish and Norwegian. Husband died a couple of weeks ago.
Really?
Yes, he died.
So there's an actual queen that's in charge of everything.
There is a queen, and her name is Margaretha, and she's popular. She's now in her 70s, but her husband died a couple of weeks ago, and his name was Hendrik, and he was a French guy, and they married in the 60s. It took people a lot of time to accept him.
Vehicles look very different in Europe.
Yep.
Strand right there.
Yep.
For the beach. Oh, so it's like Lowe's or
it's
Home Depot.
extremely popular over here. You have a lot of them. You have a ton of them.
That is like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, Bauhaus. That's Legoland?
That's another one. YMFX. It says low price building market.
Stark. So you were originally born in Holland, though. So why did you come to Denmark?
Well, I found this Danish girl. This was in Holland, and we just had a chemistry that was beyond words. I mean, it was something else. It was really. Well, I thought about. We talked about we should move to Holland or to Denmark. But I've always figured that girls are closer to their parents. They are closer to their moms.
Yeah.
And guys are more, well, we are more footloose and fancy free.
Yeah, nomads.
So yeah, so I thought, well, if this is going to work, I need to move to Denmark. And it's been good to me, you know. It's when you live in one country, you get to see things in one way. But because I lived in Denmark here for so many years, you get to see a lot of things from a different perspective. So that's been good for me. And I was married for 19 years, so it was not a fluke. And I got two lovely children out of it. So yeah.
So your story is, since your baby loved you, you found a new place to dwell.
Yeah, that's right. So found a new place to dwell, and
but it wasn't down at the end of Lonely Street. It was in Denmark.
It's not down at the end of Lonely Street. I have a pretty good life here. You know, you have a lot of live music here, culture, and life is nice. You know, so I have had some opportunities here that maybe I wouldn't have had in Holland, because in Holland there's a lot of movers and shakers. I see myself as one of them. But because here people are, you know, more soft, more gentle, a guy like me stands out, and I've had a lot of great opportunities because of that. So the books I've written, the projects I've done, the Elvis stuff, the tours, I think it's in part because I relocated.
It's worked out well.
It's worked out well for me, yeah. I never once regretted it. People always say, well, you know, at one point you divorced, didn't you? Don't you regret, you know, marrying and moving to Denmark? But no, I didn't, because I got a good life. I got two children whom I love very much. So, plus the difference between Denmark and Holland is not that big. And if need be, if I want to visit my mother, it's of course a drive. If I drive from Denmark to Holland, it's about 9 hours of driving. So I can do it basically in a long evening.
It's about how far my hometown is from Nashville.
Yeah, right.
Right around that.
And I like driving. I enjoy driving a car, so it doesn't bother me. Yeah.
My daughter got nominated, she said last night, for Teacher of the Year for her
Teacher
grade.
of the Year?
Yeah, for Shelby County.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah,
Congrats.
very proud of her. Now, she didn't win, you know, she's nominated. She's one of the people that were nominated
Well,
for it.
nomination is also impressive.
Yeah, I told her that it was.
It means that she stands out.
Yeah.
Sometimes winning is also about knowing the right people. But the fact that she got the nomination is already a big deal.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So
she works really hard.
And she enjoys it?
Yes, but it's a pain in the butt. What are these things flying over this? They look like kites.
Yeah, that looks like a kite.
There's a lot of wind here. Is it always windy?
No, not always. But right now it is.
Called the BYX fraternity. And so that's how they met. She was in a sorority, he was in a fraternity. What are these crazy things? Is that a track or something? What's this Vindbergen?
In Vikingborgen, it means that there's remains there of an old Viking settling.
Oh, wow.
They have them in various places here in Denmark. And
so it's like a park where they...
Well,
or a museum?
They have, yeah, sort of. It's sort of a museum. Yeah. What they also have a lot here in Denmark, well, not a lot, but there's plenty of them, is these graves. And it's basically hills.
Oh, and, mounds, like an Indian burial mound.
Yeah, pretty much. It's actually quite similar. And in general, people leave them alone. And they are respected because somebody is at peace there.
Well, they're supposed to in America, the Indian ones, but sometimes not respected.
Well, I think it's part of the culture and a part of the heritage, so it makes sense to leave it as it is. And
Plus, there's haints in there.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there is. Well, there could be. But I think people are proud of the Viking heritage. Of course, it's gotten a lot more publicity in recent years. There's been this series, Vikings, and so on. But I think there's a sense of pride about that.
Or a person on a horse. Well, I mean, that was just one experience. That's the only time I've ever done it, and it was just a bad experience all the way around.
Yeah.
They kicked me off of Airbnb.
They did?
Yeah. Yeah, I got kicked out. There's some big old windmills.
Yep.
It's like the propellers are bent.
Yeah, but they must have figured out that it generates more energy that way, I'm figuring.
This guy's driving real slow. I'm gonna give him a mean stare. Let's see what he does.
So what did he do?
He didn't do anything. He looked at me like, what?
What?
Because you're driving slow, bozo.
Yeah, too slow.
Even in Denmark, you're driving too slow.
Yeah, even here.
That's what's rotten in Denmark.
That's what's wrong, the traffic, yeah. The rest, is pretty nice. I mean, I can live with this.
Wow, so he's going to be there at the farm.
He's going to be there.
And he's going to make traditional Danish food for us
and he's also going to make breakfast for everybody.
To chow down on.
So that's nice.
It's going to be real nice.
It's so it has more like a kind of bed and breakfast type of the idea. But this is a guy, he's done a lot of work and a lot of renovations on this farm. He's proud of it, and he says he has a lot of people visiting, an ambulance.
Didn't make any sounds.
There must be some kind of, there should be some kind of noise.
Were the lights green?
No, they are yellow.
They're yellow?
Yellow, yeah.
It went by so fast I didn't get a chance to look. I knew it wasn't blue.
Oh, you'll see another one. And you'll see the police. Oh, maybe. It's called Politi. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And through my work, I work with them quite a bit. I have a lot of admiration for those guys.
What are you saying? What, T?
Politi.
Oh, police. Politi.
Yeah.
Like politics.
Yeah. That's a different thing. But, yeah.
Politi.
But the police guys, hats off to them because they do a lot of hard work. And they are being put in situations that you and I, we wouldn't want to be in them. So people tend to forget that.
Even here they are?
Oh yes.
Because in America I know they are.
Values are changing and people are changing, and criminality is here as well. And a crime is a crime. Whether you're in Denmark or the US, it's still the same thing, and a murder is still a murder. I think that Danish guys experience the same stuff as the American guys, obviously, but probably not to the same extent.
Is there a lot of donut eating?
There's a lot of donut eating, yeah.
Y'all have Krispy Kreme and...
Well, we have some Dunkin' Donuts.
You do have Dunkin'?
We do have the Dunkin' Donuts, yeah. And obviously, McDonald's is pretty much worldwide, and Burger King, and in my hometown. Now, this is funny. Do you guys remember the Carl's?
Yeah, Carl's Jr. parties.
Carl's Jr.?
Yeah.
2 years ago, they opened one in my hometown. The first one in Europe. Of all the places where they could open it in Europe, they opened it in a small town in the south of Denmark. That to me is kind of pretty bizarre. But it must have worked for them, because after that they opened a bunch of them.
They just want to see if the country folks would support it.
Yeah, and they did. It's people pay a bit more, you know, to get a bit more quality, you know. The others are okay for what they are, but it's not high-end foods. Let's just put it that way. Which is basically a lot of mud.
Very rocky. Being aggressive on that motorcycle.
Yeah. Horse transports.
So this is Denmark, friends. You see that, and this is part of Denmark too. Where the dot is where we are. And that's more of an island on the right-hand side. And of course you can see, so this is Denmark, but Denmark is also directly connected to Germany. There's the border right there. This is Germany right down in here. So all of that is the country of Denmark.
And they own parts of Greenland.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which is way out in the Atlantic.
Yes, and also an island group north of Scotland. It's called the Faroe Islands. That's also Danish.
So here would be Scotland over here. So he's talking about one of these island groups right out here.
Yeah, Faroe Islands.
There they are, right there. The Faroe. There it is, friends. Just a little more knowledge for you.
Yep.
Boy, look at that hut. It's a house, but it's got a crazy roof. Very interesting looking homes. You got ultra modern windmills, and then you have homes with brass looking roofs and stuff. So fuel is $10.99 kroner.
Yes. I don't know how that pans out.
They were saying about 10 cents, about 10%.
Yeah,
so
that's
it'd be $1.09.
Yeah,
that's very cheap for a gallon of gas.
That's okay.
But that's a liter of gas, not a gallon.
A liter of gas. So I would say it's roughly about the same.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it's about half price. But the reason our prices are double in America is tax.
Tax?
Yeah. What's the tax structure like here?
Well,
because I know you got the Queen.
You pay moms, and it's different kinds of tax. It's but on most goods it's about 20-25%, I would imagine. So we're paying a lot of tax too.
Yeah, that's still less than America. You're good, as far as I can see.
Yeah. I'm still getting the hang of this one. But I want to make a quick stop to start the GPS. Or maybe you have a GPS.
Yeah, on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you want me to get it going?
Yeah.
Where are we trying to go?
I will spell it. It's this down.
Yeah, I want to show these houses in this little town.
Here. Left?
Left.
Okay.
So it's saying to turn left on Havadivigen, which is this intersection right here. And you can see that it says Havadivigen right there.
Continue on Route 151 for 3 kilometers.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, those are shiny roofs I'm talking about. It's they're treating those tile with something that's really shiny.
Yeah. Some kind of protection.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that intersection up there.
Yeah.
Turn left onto
Look at
London.
that farm.
Wow, look at that. Yep, this is London. Spelled L-U-N-D.
Continue on London for 3 kilometers.
Look, that's a
Old
very
church.
typical Danish church.
Yeah, we're gonna drive right through that little clump of houses.
100 meters, turn right onto Kirkibe.
Everdroop. Yeah, I saw a bicycle sign.
Yeah.
So that's a bike path.
Look at that house with that little tower there.
Oh, beautiful.
Turn right onto Kirkibe, then turn right onto Kildebacken.
Yeah. Right here.
No, this is not Kirkibe.
No?
Keep on going.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that church. Wow.
You think it's here? Where we turn right?
Kerr, do you see any road signs?
No.
I don't see any.
Okay. We will continue for now.
All right, give me just a second. Yeah, right here.
Head northwest on Everdrippelbay toward Kildebacken, then turn right onto Kildebacken.
Did somebody blow at you?
Slight left to stay on Kildebacken, then turn right onto Tavirbe.
And now we are...
I think. Give me a second. Yes, right here.
Kirkway.
That way. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, this is a beautiful little town. Look at
Turn
this.
right onto Tavirbe, then your destination will be on the right.
Trevor, right here. It's right here.
A bed and breakfast.
And it's not
So when you say it's a farm, it's in. This is 2, so it's got to be right beside 2.
Yeah.
So is
the
it
building.
that house there? Wow, that thing is huge.
But let's see if we can get it here, through here or there.
Yeah, I think here.
I'll take
Go
we
to
have
the
go-
driveway's on the back side right
Your
there.
destination is on the right.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, this is gorgeous. You been able to walk to town?
these are the kind of small towns where people still greet each other. Yeah, the car is pretty much here. That's good. I'm going to try and get next to it.
Got a little workshop in there. Wow, look at this place. Amazing.
Yep, country.
It's beautiful. That's old school right there.
I'm almost off to Alexander's confirmation because we're on a time.
So this will show how rocky the soil is. You can see that they've tilled it, but when you look, it's full of rocks. But look at this place, it's beautiful. We got you city boys out here in the country. You city boys out here in the country, Augie.
Wild in the country.
Wild in the country, that's it.
We find an Elvis song or an Elvis
for everything. So this is my room. This is what it looks like out my room. This little town.
China ha hecho mucho daño. Esta fábrica de moldes en Barcelona, yo te diría que
no cats, no chickens, no sheep upstairs.